Ladies and gentlemen, g'day, g'day. Welcome back to the channel. My name's Economics Mate, and boy oh boy, if you haven't been following the latest news in the Blitz community, I don't know if you saw Droodles' video on this subject. Bushka even uploaded a video on this subject, surprisingly. Wargaming have released a statement on their feed page, on their website, where they have made a statement regarding the Blitz Reforged update, the Unreal Engine, okay? And they've given us a whole rundown on all the things that we had concerned about, and that they actually listened to us. Wargaming listened to our feedback. That's a big thing, okay? Because a lot of the times people have been saying, oh, Wargaming is not listening to us, blah, 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 blah. They are listening to you now. They're listening now. This video is going to break down the things that we had concerns about, that they said we did, and the things that they're going to be changing come the next Ultra test. So, yeah, it's interesting to see how this is going to play out, but honestly, I can't give you a solid answer. But I can say for sure that there are going to be changes that are going to be made. So, let's talk through certain things. The first thing that they talked about was commanders. Of course, as you know, we have Duncan, we have Olivia Vasquez, Anthony Cole, Lisa Diaby, Ducky, we got Kai Manu, and then we have Captain, okay? Now, with these commanders, the biggest concern was, of course, the way they look, so the style of the commanders, and the way they spoke, so the voice. Obviously, the voice of the commanders, the fact that there was no crew voices, and the way they looked was pretty crap. And obviously, another thing would be as well, the crew skills. Certain crew skills that we currently have in the Blitz game were not available. Like, they were completely removed. So that was a big thing as well. And another thing was, obviously, were commanders going to be behind a paywall? That was a big issue that they wanted to speak about, right? Another big thing as well that they addressed was the sets. So if we have a look here at all the sets that we got here, this was a big issue, okay? And sets being difficult to navigate, including the ability to find tanks. Certain tanks were very difficult to find because they're a different name for some reason. And of course, how my pre-update progress transfers to the new system was a bit confusing and didn't fully integrate everything that we had researched and everything that we had. Another thing would be all of the economy, so all the new economy, so keys, steel, all that kind of stuff. Big issue, right? The battle UI, so actually getting into a battle was quite difficult. What do you call it? The navigation itself and the actual UI of what we're seeing right now was quite lackluster, and was a bit buggy. I guess color choices, readability, the overall layout, game mechanics such as tanks losing too much speed, the AMX flying, the MT-25 having basically the most broken gun in the game in a training room with like 10,000 clip potential. So, yeah, pretty crazy in technical performance. So they've looked at all this stuff, right? They've had a look at all this. And they're aware that the biggest issue that we all have is, of course, just in general, everything about it. All these little things, all these nooks and crannies that they did, obviously is really annoying, and it wasn't what we wanted. I mean, Droodle said it best. Had they just introduced Unreal Engine 5 and kept basically everything, but just improved the graphics substantially, improved the physics, gave us what PC had, and integrated it into Blitz, we wouldn't have an issue. We would be so happy, right? But the fact of the matter is they changed so many things. And I get what Bushka was saying, is that this wasn't just like a 2-second job. They just dumped it on us. No, they've been working on it for, a couple of years now. And obviously we need to be respectful, blah, blah, blah. I get that. But at the same time, we are the customers for this game. We are the consumers. We are the one that play the game. And if you don't listen to us, the consumers, well, you're not really marketing it to us. You're not really applying any kind of logic in that sense, where you're not We are the people that play the game. We are the people that purchase whatever it is that we purchase. So you need to listen to us. So it's good that they're listening and they've taken the feedback properly. Okay? Now, despite all these concerns, hopefully, there is a solution in the future. I'm going to tell you what they're actually going to be changing. So, commanders, they're going to take away some of the commanders that didn't make any sense, according to them. I don't know why, but I guess some of the commanders were not really helpful, or they weren't really there. Like, for example, Ducky, she doesn't really need to be there. It's a bit weird when you think about it, but who knows. Yeah, so I love how they worded it as shelving some debatable commanders. Interesting wording there. Reworking visuals for others to make them fit better with Blitz's identity, which is fantastic. That's what we wanted. We wanted commanders to look like tank commanders, and not like Olivia Vasquez here. For some reason, some people seem to love the way she looks, because I'm not going to take it any further. You deduce from that. They're also introducing the option to switch to national crew voices, because that's what we want. And Wargaming, please add Swedish crew voices, if you don't mind. Thank you very much. The tank navigations, so making UI improvements to the sets. So all this here, this confusing freaking crap, right? And like collections, like I don't understand what all this is. Okay, they're gonna make it look and function like the old tech trees. Funny enough, I made this point in my video. I suggested it in my video, which makes me think Wargaming actually watches the videos that we've made about Blitz Reforged and the ideas we've put forward. So kudos to Wargaming there for actually taking initiative to watch some of the videos that have come out about it. Cool. They're also making many changes to ensure the tank carousel mirrors the existing Blitz experience. Basically what they're saying is they want it to feel like Blitz again. They don't want it to feel like a completely different game, which is cool. So if I click on this, for instance, they don't want it to make it feel like it's a different game completely, okay? Player progress. This was a big thing because not everything was transferred over to the Ultra Test. It was really annoying. And now the player transfer, the player progress, it's going to be based on the tank research rather than what your tanks have purchased. I'll just cancel. What tanks you've purchased over. So it's not going to be what you've purchased, it's going to be what you've researched. If that makes sense. So let's say, for instance, you've researched the Batchatillon 25T, but you haven't purchased it yet. Once it transfers over, you'll still have it researched, but you just need to buy for credits. That's it. You don't have to re-research the tank again. So that's good. Stats. Player stats are going to be available again. We're going to be able to see our win rate, our average damage, our key stats, blah, blah, blah. But I think what they should be able to do is have a switch or a button where we can toggle on and off whether we want other players to see our stats. I think that is probably an option that they should consider. Not completely removing it, but like they should consider that. They're also fixing vehicle handling issues, which is, for God's sake, addressing excessive speed loss when turning, tweaking overall tank behavior and how they feel in the game and how they're a bit twitchy and glitchy, and of course, removing the ability to basically take off on AMX airlines. So that was pretty funny. Let's face it, that was kind of funny. But yeah, basically what I'm saying is they need to really focus on these things. If they really want to bring players back into the game and they want to retain their veteran players like myself and others, they need to really focus on these things, okay? Combat UI, okay? Bringing back the traditional green color instead of turquoise for allies. Thank you. Thank you. You know how annoying it is to sort of adjust to now, oh, everything's blue, my friendly tanks are blue. It's so annoying. Like, just keep it green like it was. Don't change this sort of thing. Improving the economy balance. So this is a big thing, right? This is a huge thing. Just big. Right? Reviewing, earnings and prices and other areas to, you know, ensure more fair progression, which is fantastic. You know, you want to be able to see this sort of thing. You want to be able to have a look at it. You want to be able to understand all this kind of things. You know, and be able to see what you've earned and how much you can get and how many things you'll need and all these kind of things. It's all these little things that Blitz did so well needs to be translated in the Reforged and improved upon. It's very important. And finally, stability, bug issues, all this kind of stuff. Because apparently there were like over 300 bugs and glitches in the Ultra test. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, thankfully, they've listened to us. They've listened to us. The biggest issues were addressed. They're listening to us. All I can say is, Wargaming, I have all the faith in you to do the right thing. So if you don't mind, please do the right thing. By me, by the community, by everyone else that plays this game. Don't let us down, please. At the end of the day, we appreciate all the efforts you put in, right? We do give you a hard time, but that's because we love the game. And we want to see the game become better than it is. And be a better game overall. It's not hard. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. And for leaving your feedback on all the videos and all the stuff I've made. And all other YouTuber videos that, you know, other YouTubers have made. It's imperative that we keep giving them feedback. And just be respectful about it. Don't be too harsh. And yeah. Thankfully, hopefully, I should probably say, it becomes better. Hopefully it becomes better. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'll leave it to you. Look after yourselves. Look after your friends and family. Peace in the Middle East. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye, and see you later.